Good day, everybody. The Bitcoin price action is playing out beautifully as planned. Today, we're going to go over the Elliott wave structure for you to watch out for, what I'm projecting price to do. We have big things to talk about here. We're going to zoom into this structure and I'm going to explain. It looks chaotic, but we're going to make sense of what the wave structure is doing, where our invalidation points are. And yes, you are looking at this right. I'm projecting at least 55k to be tapped here on this move down, and I will explain why. Guys, stick around. If you're new to the channel, we use Elliott wave theory to come up with high probability trades. If you learn anything from this video, if you like this video, smash the like button. It really helps me out, guys, and subscribe to the channel. I also need each and every one of you to comment. I need to know, what do you think is going to get hit first? 85k or 25k? What are we hitting first? If you're not new to this channel, if you've been around, you know what I think is going to get hit first. 85k or 25k? Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Let's get into these charts, guys. I am on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. We need to look at the big picture here to go smaller, and then we're going to go micro, 5, 10 minute, 1 minute, and look at where the immediate price action is going for you. So stick around. The weekly time frame. What I am projecting and what looks good to me right now is a finished correction coming to around 55k, and then one more impulsive hit to the high to take out liquidity. Then we get our monster dump. There is other counts, guys. This can just start dumping right now. This can catch support somewhere and start leaking to the upside. There are other counts. There's always going to be other counts, but this is my primary. This is my projection. This is what I am playing currently, and so far it's playing out beautifully as planned. But we're ready for anything, as always. This wave structure, this is going to be our wave 4 into wave 5. And as I draw this out, I have my 1, 2, 3, 4 into 5 right there. That's our impulsive wave, and that's going to finish our giant A, B, C to the upside, which swept liquidity, and we're going to hit to the downside. Invalidation for this count, where I will say, okay, we're not going to hit another high, unfortunately, is way down here around 45k at the top of our one wave here. If that gets tapped, we got to reevaluate, but that's so far away, I'm not even playing that. If we continue to dump, I will be taking all of my profits off the table around 55k. If we pull our fibs on this move, anywheres from 55k to 50k is the general target range. It would recover most of this candle, and it's a perfect spot to turn around for me. And let's pull fibs on this giant run up. It would come down to about either the 0.5 or the 618 of that move. It's a little deep for a wave 4 correction, but it's where the liquidity's at. And guys, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of liquidity up here to get taken. There is. So, they might say, hey, let's just come take this liquidity right now and put in our finishing wave. It can happen, and we're ready for that. But this is my main scenario. If we look at our indicators on the weekly, momentum, RSI looks like it needs a down move. If we draw a trend line on our weekly RSI, and stick with me, guys, this is important. This is how I project my trades. This is what I do. So, I really want you guys to learn something and take something from this video. If we draw a trend line on our weekly RSI, I can see this coming down, tapping the trend line, and then coming up, putting in our divergence, We need this weekly momentum to kind of come over and give us a little relief in order to come and spike and hit the highs, just like we did here. Little relief, spike and hit the highs. This was obviously more elongated, or just like here, come up, spike, hit the highs. You know, it didn't dump, but that's the structure that we're looking for. So if we get these moves that come down, reset everything a little bit, give us some breathing room on the weekly, come down, it would give enough clearance and enough power back to the upside in order to come and put in our weekly divergence on momentum and RSI. And boy, oh boy, if we get weekly divergence like that and it actually follows through, yeah, you're looking at a move like this. It's not crazy, it's actually plausible. Down to around 20K, 25K is what we're looking at on Bitcoin. And you can translate this through to ETH and all your other cryptos. They're all looking the same. So that's the overall picture. Now we're going to zoom in to this wave structure, analyze this real quick. I'm going to show you invalidation points of this move. Again, I'm looking for an impulsive wave down to around 55K, and we are en route, and we are in progress on this wave. So let's zoom in. Here we are. Again, this is just this structure right here zoomed in. I am on the 3-hour time frame for those of you who care. And as you know, it may look a little chaotic, but it's really not, guys. Overall, the overall is the purple. It's just an A, B, C. That's all it is. If there's anything you can take out of this, that's all it is. Now, as we break it down, it gets a little more complex on how that occurs. Ultimately, we have our A. That's our starting wave. And then for a correction, all this right here is our correction. And it's a flat correction where we have a correction up, a correction down that breaks the low, and we have an impulsive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. Our wave 4 was a triangle, broke out into wave 5, swept liquidity real quick, and now we are starting our descent down. As we know, I love flats. BTC loves to flat. If you get good at playing flats, I'm telling you, you can make a killing in this market. The majority of my monster trades are from flats, and Bitcoin absolutely loves to flat. If you are privy to flat corrections on Bitcoin, you can only trade flats and you will make a living. And that's no joke. Ask my Discord. Guys, we're going to take a second and just actually go into Discord. Discord has been on fire lately. There's a free Discord linked in the description below. Join it. It's free. Join it. You know, I will be in the chat. I post free alerts from time to time. But you want to be in premium, guys. Premium has been on fire lately. If you're in the free Discord, you can upgrade here to premium. Takes you to the premium webpage, and you can get access to daily alerts. The daily alerts have been a killer. I've been on a run lately. It's not going to always be like this, so get in while we're freaking hot. You know, I like to post trade setups to give you a heads up as to what to look out for, and then I will post the alert when it plays out. So last night, you know, I posted this before I went to bed. The trade hit while I was sleeping, but you can see it played out beautifully, and we are now getting this dump. As you can see, there was the ABC. The trade was here. We are now getting this dump, and it played out beautifully. There's a bunch of people in premium that I know took this trade. There's a bunch of people in premium that took this trade. I alerted this specific trade and caught this monster move down. So guys, premium is no joke. Right here was the trade. Played out beautifully. We've been on fire. Join premium. There's 24/7 live charts. There's a full Elliott Wave mastery course, guys. There's free indicators. A lot of stuff's included. Check it out. That's it. That's all I'm plugging. Okay, let's get back into the chart. So we have our flat correction that finished up, and now we're looking for an impulsive wave to the downside. I need 5 waves like this, 5 waves to the downside that comes down pretty heavy. And if we examine this a little closer, our 5 waves to the downside, we appear to have put in a 1 wave, a 2 wave, and then what happened was we put in another 1, 2, and it looks like now we're gonna get our monster 3 wave. In validation for this, guys, this trend line that I drew here, I don't want price to leak back up into this trend line, into the zone. Once we start doing this, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm cutting the trade, and we're gonna look at something else. Look for the next trade opportunity. But for right now, this looks beautiful. Where we have a 1, 2, we have another 1, 2, looking for the big 3, 4, 5. Gonna correct out into our wave 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then down for 5 to around 55k, 50k. This is the wave structure that's looking good to me. I can visualize it, I can see it, it's what I'm playing. And as of right now, I am in an absolute monster trade. Showed everyone, I added to it on that large pullback we had yesterday with all the FOMC, all the volatility. And hopefully this is just the beginning of this trade, and we're going to absolutely crush on this one. Ready for anything, as always. You know, this market humbles you, so we will see what happens. Now, some things to watch out for. If we look smaller time frame. So we're really just zooming into this wave right here. Right here. Now we have a correction up. We could get a correction down that breaks the low and have a flat. We know BTC loves to flat. So it's something to watch out for. And if we get a corrective move to the downside, I am looking for maybe you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the 1-to-1. You really don't want to break this. You really don't want to break this, otherwise it really would be invalidated in my opinion. Again, this was the trend line we want to keep. Once it starts leaking up here, I don't like it. But if I have a corrective ABC structure down rather than a finished impulse down, I will look at this as a flat correction. So if we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we have an impulsive structure like that down to around 63k, and then we start impulsing to the upside and cutting through this trend line, that's going to be where I'm going to be like, okay, let's cut the trade. If I get an impulsive wave down and an impulsive wave out of here, okay, let's cut the trade at that point. But if we get more of a corrective structure, breaks the low barely, and then we get an impulsive wave up, I'm going to say, okay, I'll cut it right here. Well, technically right here, where our 2 waves put in, 1, 2, because you can't have your 3 wave break the 2 wave. You just can't have it happen. So that's my ultimate invalidation for this overall structure. So we'll see what happens. Join the Discord, guys. I will be in there posting alerts. I'm looking for the next trade setup. Right now, there's really not anything to get into. If you're in a short, stay in your short. But that's all I got for you today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching this video all the way through. I love you.